Mwah! Hi, Leather Rock here. Welcome to my channel. That was Tabby Boy. Take a look at this makeup. I've been thinking a lot about our military lately, especially these past couple of days, these past 2 days. And I was inspired to look for a camouflage color makeup. And I am going to be showing this that I got using the Zodiac palette by BH Cosmetics. This, I'll be honest with you, this is not my favorite of my palettes because there are a lot of real neutral colors in there. I do like the purples, obviously, but the shimmers for the most part are very complex neutral colors that are just, I don't know, I'm tempted to call them unusual. I suppose the only reason why I say so is because I tend to veer more toward brights. But if you're looking for traditional camouflage colors, such as what I'm wearing, you can do probably not too much worse than this palette. Let me let my cat out first so he doesn't go to the bathroom. Go, 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 go. He does this all the time. So let's get started. Oh, and I didn't bother putting the blush and highlighter on yet because I'm actually going to do that on camera. So first thing first, I'm going to tie my hair back. And yeah, you know, I'm doing this at a normal hour. I'm doing this just before 3:30 in the afternoon. I was out in one of the casinos from about 11 o'clock at night till 4:30 in the morning. I'm telling you, this internet situation really sucks. And I don't understand why these casinos in these empty areas or whatever, why they have to pipe in the ambient music so loud. I literally had earplugs in or earphones in to try to watch some things on the internet, using my computer. And everything is so loud. And then the way sound bounces around, and you'll see people are squealing. They must have been drunk or something. Where people have their kids, little kids, families, and stuff, and they're squealing and the noise. It is so obscenely annoying. Totally. So anyway, yeah, this internet situation gonna get the best of me. Okay, this oil I'm using, Spa Naturals Vitamin E Beauty Oil. I've told you before what it had. It's soy oil, vitamin E, and coconut oil. So, and once again, I should have sterilized my hand after handling the cat. And you know what? If my eyes fall out, I'll know I screwed up. Cassie's sleeping here in the windowsill. Maybe I'll show her to you guys in a few. I really dread getting dressed in warm clothes and going outside. I said, let me do this video and then change my clothes into something warm. The thing is, when you go to these different internet Wi-Fi places, you have to wear layers with, like, a t-shirt is an underlayer because sometimes it's actually really warm and you have to take your coat off and your first couple of shirts because some of the places have employees that are wearing literally tank tops and short shorts, like some of the waitresses in some of these sports bars and things. So they have to have conditions that are comfortable for the people that are there for 8 hours plus at a time. And different parts of these buildings, some of them are quite chilly. And then sometimes I end up getting chased out of an area by cigarette smoke. But that noise, and the thing is, it was too late for me to go into one of the bus waiting areas because I've been chased out by casino security at bus waiting areas. They want you to show a bus ticket, and obviously I can't produce what I don't have. But even those places, the ambient music, it is at a really annoying level. Occasionally I'll hear a song that I like, but for the most part, it shouldn't be drowning out my personal electronics. Okay, I don't need to use this as a mirror because there is a decent mirror that comes with this palette, and it comes with a highlighter also. But I haven't worked with this nearly enough. Oh, good, I have a washcloth here. It's really annoying when I look at some of these videos and I see that there's still streaks of oil on my face. The thing is that if I try it, sometimes I end up posting videos that I haven't even been able to watch the footage because I start to watch the recent videos that I have filmed in this computer, and then for some reason it shuts it off completely. And or if I have an internet connection, it bounces me off the Wi-Fi connection. Maybe because this computer's close to getting filled up. I don't know, but as a rule, I don't think anybody would ever post something that they haven't reviewed first. But sometimes with these things, I really have no choice because I'm pretty reasonably sure when I'm filming at home that there's not going to be anything controversial or dangerous or weird. The worst that could probably happen is a wardrobe malfunction. But aside from that, you know, there's not a lot to worry about. But when you're outside, there's the unpredictability of the other people and what they may or may not do. Uh, and don't you know, I messed up my eyebrows, and I don't know if I put pencils. This is a combination of two pencils that I had. Organization. Okay, well, let's get started with the foundation anyway. And that should be right here. Oh, here it is. Put everything. My makeup really is pretty well organized. This is a foundation that I have all over my face. I can't say enough about the Ordinary's products. The price point is acceptable. The quality is high. But especially if you're somebody like me that requires affordability. And if you are a reasonably knowledgeable consumer of your skincare, research them, and I definitely recommend them. I'm having good experiences with them. I've never had a reaction to any of their skincare or anything, even when I don't always use things as directed. They have a mask that you're supposed to only have on. It's a chemical peel, only supposed to have on for 10 minutes. I have slept in it before. And some of you are probably screaming, thinking, is she insane? But didn't hurt me any. So, I mean, you don't do it all the time, but I think if you know yourself, you know when your skin can handle it. I used a primer. This is the Ulta Beauty Matte Eye Primer, but I didn't carry it all the way up top because this is still a little dark. It's got a color on it. It's called Nude, and it's, I think, would look better on somebody that was a little bit darker than myself. So I won't carry it too close to the brow bone so that my eyes don't look, my skin doesn't look too dark. I usually prefer using a moist foundation formula or a moist concealer to prep my eye. Sometimes I would use my Ben Nye white solid makeup, but I'm running a little low on that and I don't want to just casually use it. I'm going to carry some of this to the lower lash line too, just so that I have a gripping surface for a color. I really wish I could find the two eyebrow pencils that I use to mix the color for on top, because I know that this one is skinnier than this one and it is really bugging me. So put these back here so we can get started on this already. Alright, the first thing we're going to do, I want to make sure I'm using the proper brushes here. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is a crease color. Now, actually, no, I would like to do a white on my brow bone just because I'm so fair that I really need to. Uh, and for that, I'm going to use the Ulta Beauty Sparkle, whatever this palette's name was that I got in early December. And I'm going to, it has a pearl white frost color. And I'm going to get that on a big fluffy brush. And I'm going to hit it as close to the brow bone as possible. This is a step that I recommend mostly for my absolutely palest people because that will enable the this to look more like your own skin because the other colors in this palette aren't quite skin tone enough. So that's why makeup has to be practical and you have to customize it to what would work for you. Okay, I got my brow bone. Now everything else is going to be with this. Now we're going to start our first crease color with this. And I'm going to dip into, all these have names. It makes it really easy to describe the colors that are going on. I am going to look for Capricorn, and we're going to go on the matte version. And it's a dark, excuse me, dark khaki kind of color. And I'm using a double-sided Avon brush. Great for depositing and blending color. I'm just going to go touch it lightly and sweep. I'm not going to try to get it thick, but I am going to try to diffuse it. This is a look that does take some blending, but the blending is mostly in the beginning. I'm going to get a little bit more. Try to keep it as thin as possible so the rest of the makeup, rest of the lid surface is tacky. Okay, time to do the other side. A little bit more. Okay, it should look something like this. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to do another crease color. We're going to look for Aquarius, and we are going to do the matte version. And so it ends up being this kind of a tan color. And the brush I'm using with this is a BH Cosmetics Zodiac. I think it's the I7. It's one of my favorite brushes. It's one of the crease brushes. It's really great for blending a color. Tap this, tap off the excess, and we're going to go back on top of what we just did, but maybe a little bit higher, but really not. You want to keep a lot of plain space here, so just sweep over it, sweep over it. Don't get it on the lid though. We want to keep the lid empty. Okay, now this seems to be enough. Don't overload this. On the other side. So this is just helping to blend this out some more. And this would be, I guess, the equivalent of a transition shade. Though it'll make the first crease color not so harsh. Only have it go out as far as how far your eyebrow extends. I mean, you could extend it further, but I think it looks better if it's just the same. It only extends that far. It all, I guess, depends on your face shape also. Alrighty. What brush? I have to check to make sure I'm using the right brushes. Okay, time for the inner socket color. And we are going to use the Aquarius Frost. One of my favorite colors in this palette. as you can see by how much of it I've used. And these are wet dry shadows, by the way, but I'm not wetting any of these. And I'm using an ELF brush, a C brush, ELF. And these are mostly for depositing color, and it's small enough that they work to go in a crease. Just stick it in there and wiggle it around. And you could go like this, maybe a little bit more. And it's okay, by the way, if it gets a little bit under, especially since we applied that primer. You're hoping it's going to make the stuff stick better. And I'm doing it underneath, just this far. I love how the light is caught by this gold. All right, now, which brush did I use? I think this is this it? All right, now in the middle of the lid here, we are going to use the metallic version of Capricorn. That's this color here, which is definitely metallic khaki. And I'm using a brush that I got from the dollar store. It's Vivace brush, and it's mostly for depositing color, and you can also dig into the crease. And it's also good for applying wet shadows also. It's really good for. But I'm just taking this color and I'm going from where the gold let off, just on the crease. I'm not really getting into, I mean, just on the lid, not getting into the crease. And I'm only doing this a little bit wider than where my pupil, my iris would be. And then always referencing the diagram that I drew to make sure I don't screw up. It's very easy to end up getting the wrong brushes, and then you can muddy the color that way. Some of these looks I rehearsed a couple of days, but this I just came up with this afternoon. So as I designed it, I wrote it down. But this is not done. This has not had any test runs or anything. I can't tell you how long it's going to last. Well, it depends on the quality of your mascara. And you don't have to use a liner with this. I have a feeling you guys expect me to, so I will. But when I first did it, I didn't plan on having an eyeliner because some of my makeup I can't find because I'm going out of the house so much. But I found one of my black eyeliners, so you guys are going to luck out. Okay. Okay, the next color is going to be, look at Scorpio here, matte version of Scorpio, which is a dark matte brown. And I'm using another ELF C brush. Except no, this might not be from ELF. This might be from Vivace, but it's the same kind of brush. The C brush is mostly for depositing color. And with this dark brown, I'm going to do that outer V of the lid. I'm not going to go up there, but I'm going to do that. And I'm not doing any blending with this. It'll self blend with wear, especially if you have hooded lids and there's going to be some friction there. This will blend. So it might start out a little tiny bit on the harsh side, but give it a couple hours through the day, it'll become a little bit more work appropriate. And if you don't touch it up, I recommend touching it up because I like the dimensionality of it. And this proves that you can use neutrals and still get a dramatic look, even though I prefer the brights myself. What I really love is matching makeup to my outfits. Okay, we are going to do a wing before we even get the eyeliner. I want to make sure I've got the right brush. Oh. All right. All right, I'm going to hope this is a right. No, this is a brown. I'm going to hope I'm getting the right brush. You know what? So I'll use another one. Okay, I need uh, metallic Sagittarius. I'm going to make a wing. This Sagittarius color is a brighter green, like a dark blue green, like imagine a teal that's been burned, kind of. It's a really weird, complex color. Ironically enough, I remember when they had recycled toilet paper. Let me explain. The toilet paper wasn't recycled from being toilet paper, but it was recycled paper that was made into toilet paper. And they had different designer colors. And one of them happened to be a color, a green like this. I am not lying to you. I'm not going to say what year because I don't want you guys thinking I'm old, but this was about the same time that they had a meat substitute they called Joshua fillets. Meat substitutes have come a long way since it used to be. These things were nasty. Oh my God. Anyway, blast from the past. This color here, what metallic Sagittarius, I'm going to take just a line, fatten it up a little bit, do it again on the other side. Now I'm also going to carry this down to most of the under eye. I would, since I'm using all this color under the eyes, I would strongly recommend not using your black eyeliner on the under eye. You know, as I'm discovering colored eyeliners, I'm using black under my eye less because I'm trying to avail myself of these colors, which otherwise just get obscured. And it just really sucks to have go through all the effort to put these colors in and then not end up seeing them. The mascara ends up doing that too, so I'm going to be getting some colored liners and some colored mascaras. It used to be I would never use the same color mascara as the eyeshadow because it would kind of cancel out the mascara, but now I could see times where that would actually make sense. And then you would have much less problem about the smudging, which ruins the whole look, and that is going to be the bane of my existence. Eyeliner or the mascara ends up smudging around here, or the smudge right around the right here, and there's no way that you can fix everything without it smudging again. Because if you fix everything, fix all the makeup, then you have to reapply your foundation, your concealer, whatever, and then guess what? It smudges again. And it starts this vicious cycle, and it's really stressful. Okay, time for some eyeliner. I'm so glad I just found that eyeliner. Just found it. And I stuck it in here. Alrighty. And this is the Wet n Wild H2O Proof. Now, why is it this looks thicker than this side? I want to take a look. Hold on. Asymmetry that's not on purpose just drives me crazy. And you know what? If it is on purpose, it still drives me crazy. Because I don't think it tends to look too. Unless it's like a one sleeve shirt or something. And even that, I'm thinking, how can you possibly be comfortable? These you have to shake. Now, this is an interesting formula. I got two of these because there was some kind of a sale. And the first one, I really didn't care for it that much, only because it was not waterproof on me. But ironically, the second one is much more waterproof. I don't understand why the formula would change from batch to batch. But I'm just going to do the top. I like to get both sides done before I do the wing so that I can make sure that they're going to be symmetrical. And once again, I'm going to use the Manchu brand Sweet Cat Max Volume Mascara. It's not the best of my mascaras, but I don't want to not use it. I took the stopper out because I wasn't getting enough product on because it's starting to dry out. Isn't that cat head adorable? And it could get clumpy if I put too much on, so I have to be careful with the application. And I'm only using it a little bit on the bottom lashes, even though my lashes are see-through if I don't apply it, but if I put too much on, it'll cover up the color. Oh, you see what I did? Ah, annoying, annoying, annoying. This just really annoys me with mascara. Go ahead and use mine. This is always going to be a little bit darker. Crap. You know what? It'll have to do. Oh, this is. I've got a little bit more to put on. Let's get into the blush. I'm going to use the palette that came with the Ulta Beauty Sparkle, whatever the hell that thing's called. Uh, and since these are all earth tones, I might as well go ahead with the so-called contour shade, which this is a warm shade, so this really isn't ideal for cool toned people. But these are not really heavily pigmented, which for things like this, you want things to be kind of on the light side anyway. Then I'm going to go ahead and use the frosty version. Now, this comes with its own highlighter, so why not use it, right? So, got some on my finger. Ah, You know what? If you're showing your collarbones, that's a really great place to use highlighter if you like your collarbones. And I like my collarbones. Oh, what do you think of this necklace? This is made by my very good friend Craig Thompson, the artist out of Washington, D.C. So I like to promote my friends' artistic endeavors when I can. He sells these necklaces for 20 bucks, by the way, and this one happens to be for sale in case you're interested. This has a lot of earth tones in it. This has, as you can see, blues and browns, and this yellow, but mostly browns, and it seems like it's rather a masculine beaded necklace. But yes, my artist friend also does beadwork, and I I have one of his necklaces that I wear sometimes. Okay, so this is what this look looks like. The lipstick is by BH Cosmetics. It is from the Cream Luxe lipstick line, and the color is called Foxy Gold. Oh, somebody wants to say hello to you. Oh, look at what I have here. Look at what I have here. So, oh, yes, I know. What do you guys think of this look from the Zodiac palette? Inspired by our military, all the camouflage colors in an easy eye look. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you like me and my content, I'd love to have you subscribe. If you do, hit that bell notification so it looks like it's ringing, and that way you won't miss anything. I like to show you my adventures and my kitties. So, talk to you soon. And military people, I love you. Thank you for your service. Bye.